5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
At this point, may we kindly request on stage President-elect Rodrigo Roa Duterte for the administration of the oath of office.
Okay, it's 12. Yes. May you please raise your right hand for your oath of office and repeat after me.
I,
Please state your name.
Rodrigo Roa Duterte,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully
that I will faithfully
and conscientiously
and conscientiously
fulfill
fulfill
my duties
my duties
as President
as
of the
President
Philippines.
of the Philippines.
My God, I hate drugs.
Good morning.
And mabuhay.
Welcome to the world of psychology.
Today, we will tackle about the biopsychological science of drug abuse.
At the opening of our mini documentary, we have just heard the voice of our president, President Rodrigo R. Duterte, in his inaugural address as the newly elected president of the Republic. Among his policies as newly elected president is his rigorous campaign against the use, the purchase, and production of illegal drugs. As seen in our slides, many have happened since.
On the other hand, setting political issues and legal matters aside and sticking to the current situation of the drugs, including a hardcore evidence from the Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency that 3 million Filipinos are addicted with illegal drugs, we can deduce that it is really a problem.
Well, it puzzles us so much why illegal drugs is so rampant.
What is drug abuse and its symptoms?
Well, to better understand about illegal drugs and other substances, let's watch this. A drug or substance abuse patient's behavior is affected by his intake of drugs. The brain activity which directs his behavior becomes target when drugs take effect. To further understand this, let's watch this again.
That someone takes a drug of some sort. What happens there, and this is the middle of the brain, is that there is a sense of euphoria. That's dopamine there, those small little particles. That makes you feel good.
Is it any kind of drug? I mean, we're talking everything from cocaine to Xanax.
Yeah,
anything.
Just about any kind of drug, and not even drugs necessarily. It can be other things too, certain food substances. Sugar, for example, there can be a certain addiction quality. But I think what's important is the next step. So you have that euphoria, but in someone who's a true addict, take a look at this picture here. On the left side of the brain is, you see the bright areas? That's still feeling good. That's the euphoria. But on the right side is someone who has an addiction now, not as much of that bright spot, and that is relevant. Why? Because they need more and more of the substance to try and get that euphoria back. Think about that for a second. You take the substance, you feel good, but in an addict, that good feeling doesn't last. So what do? You take more than ever before. And that's sort of the basic, sort of simplistic, but basic form of addiction.
Are those changes permanent?
Well, they last a long time. And exactly how long is a little bit of a subject of controversy. But people say you can eventually get to the point where your brain does feel natural pleasure again, but that can take some time. What doesn't go away is this idea of the memory of the addiction. So let's say you're a cigarette smoker, quit for 10 years. Pick up another cigarette and start smoking again, and right away you can go back into addiction. Whereas if you've never smoked before, it would take you some time to build up that addiction again.
It's like what they say, folks that we know that have gone through treatment say once an addict, always an addict. There's truth to that, right? You aren't just cured. It's a constant battle to stay away from the temptation or feel that euphoria, right?
That's right. And people say that, but I wanted to show the pictures of the brain to really explain why that is. Okay. You see that dark areas of the brain. You need a lot of the substance to get that euphoria back. So that's why relapse occurs so quickly. They say 3 days of acute withdrawal, which is painful. 3 months where you're the most sort of subject to relapse again, and 3 years before you really start having natural sort of pleasure again from substances.
Monty Toledo was a successful businessman. He had a loving wife and 5 children, but he lost it all when he started taking drugs. Instead of paying for his children's tuition in school, he used it to buy shabu or cocaine. He got so desperate, he even used his 2-year-old kid as collateral to feed his addiction.
Sabi ko dun sa pusher, pwede ko pang iwan, sinanla ko yung anak ko, pwede ko pang iwan to, bigyan mo muna ako ng drugs. Nakalimutan ko na may iniwan akong anak ko doon sa ano, and it's already late in the afternoon, parang 6 p.m. na. Parang doon ako nakita ko yung anak ko, nakikipag-agawan ng buto ng mangga doon sa anak ng pusher. Okay. At gutom na.
His wake-up call came when his friends either ended up dead or brain damaged.
I had a group na talagang close friends ko sa drugs. We use, we sell, lahat na pwede namin gawin. And isa-isa sila na napapatay, yung iba na aksidente, pero ang karamihan doon nakulong. Hindi na sila nakalabas. Hanggang ngayon, nakakulong sila.
Despite the government's crackdown on illegal drugs, Monty says things will not change because of the nature of the business.
Lalagyan lang sila yan. Kasi I've been there eh. Pag hinuli kami, lalagyan lang namin. Ano gusto mo, drug money or money?
Monty now owns a rehab facility and was able to win back his family's trust. But Monty is lucky, and not all addicts get a happy ending. He believes government should also pay attention to the rehabilitation of addicts who want to.
Aside from personal testimony of a drug dependent or substance abuser, whatever you want to call them, professionals working to help them have a new life and recover attests to the difficulty of rehabilitating them. And they also pointed out the different factors why drug dependents become victims of drugs.
Pero isa yun sa totoong factors. Ang alam lang natin is gusto lang makiin yun ang gusto. Gusto matingnan kung alam mo yung thrill, mahuhuli, malalaman. Pero in reality, you cannot just judge people by taking drugs, by resorting on using it. It's because hindi masyadong aware ang tao na ang pamilya, pag na-feel na may trabaho ang parents, Tapos hindi nalaman, alam mo yung hindi ka nakamusta. Tapos ang buong araw, hindi man lang natanong, how was your day? Tapos umalis ka ulit, may trabaho ka ulit. Pag alis mo, hindi mo na din nalaman na nag-take na ng substance ang anak mo. As in, they are looking for attention. That's why naisip nila, pag nag-take ako ng drugs, if I do something na bawal, can I give attention at them?
So, hindi lang yung executor, more on family din.
Family relationships.
Second, ma'am, is yung kayo po, as a practitioner in this field, and yung preparatory practice nga po in clinical psychology, paano po yung experience nyo working with drug addicts or yung mga nag-take ng other related substances? Paano po kayo nag-deal sa kanila? Tsaka ano po yung mga pinapractice natin rules at yung mga treatment mo na ina-administer sa inyo?
Well, kami, ang primary experience namin before is just to see their difference from other disorders. Siyempre, it's part of the training. Anong meron ng before concepts, symptoms, criteria, titingnan mo kung mag-fit. Pero, we are exposed dun sa reality ng practice. Kaya maganda na nag-OJT. Kasi hindi ka lang basta limitado dun sa DSM. Kasi napatunayan mo totoo na si DSM. Kasi napatunayan mo na may mga ganun talagang tao. And anyway, din naman sa panganglunan, they say dun, hindi sila basta nag-admit ng, hindi basta tumanggap ng patients, ng clients, na pure drug-related, substance-related na case. Kailangan siya isang may hallucination, pero it's part naman, it's an effect. It's one of the symptoms. Kami noon, na-expose kami on yung difference ng drugs or medicines na tinitake nila. Na hindi lang basta, alam nyo tayo, alam na natin drugs ay yung nasa photocopy. Tapos, of course, what you can see there, totoo pala talagang binibigyan din sila ng habang. Feeling na they take medicines, they take drugs. You're also to give them drugs. Because it's the outer part na initindihan. Hindi siya pwede. And of course, isa doon, ang isang important sa practice, open ka sa idea na hindi lang gamot ang ibibigay mo sa patient. What you need is to believe on them na gagawin sila. And kaya nga meron tayong inaaral na ibang therapies. Kasi hindi pwedeng gamot lang ng gamot. Tapos walang support. Kaya we are in line with knowing those therapies. We are in line with knowing how to listen to them properly. Iba kasi yung kinakausap mo sila, tapos nagkukwentuhan lang kayo. Tapos hindi mo siya naiintindihan ito. You don't need to be in their situation. What you need is to be emphatic enough to know kung anong pinagdadaanan nila.
And lastly po, how would you advise yung family members, especially yung mga drug addicts na parang paano po mag-deal with them doon sa may mga family members sila na
I think kami na po, I always tell myself na nandun ako sa field. Paano nakakayanan ng pamilya nila? Na they are, you know what, if we're in that situation, kung ikaw may kamatayan na kapamilya na nagkaroon ng substance-related situation or condition, kahit na anong psychological disorder na ito, paano makakayanin na iniiwan mo doon? You don't know if nare-receive nila yung right services and treatment that they need. Hindi mo lang kailan itinali, kailan ipinahiya, kung totoong napakain ng tama. What we need is to inform them. Alam mo yung feeling na it's really important to educate not just the clients na ganun yung pinagdadaan. It's important na nandun yung education, nandun yung sharing of knowledge and information sa pamilya. Kasi ang pasyente, ang kliyente, hindi yan gagawin kung laging gamot lang ang ibibigay mo. And alam mo yung mahirap sa atin, tayo yung nag-OJT. You're giving them hope that they will recover, that in time, they can go outside and continue their life. Pero yung paano ka nagbibigay continuously hope sa kanila when you know ang pamilya nila na naniniwala sa kanila. Ganun din naman tayo. Kahit kailan ka maniwala sa sarili mo na kaya mo, hanggat hindi mo nakikita, na parang naniniwala at sinusuportahan ka ng iba, parang nakakapanghina. Kasi bonus points yun. Kasi diba, I know I can survive. I know na kahit iniwan ako ng asawa ko, may pamilya ko. Bakit hindi ko makapanwala ang pamilya mo? So, kailangan kasi is pagtanggap. You need to accept na things are not really well. Kaya mahirap kasi sa kanila. Kung nagkaroon ng ganung problema, itatago, ikakaya. What they need is makita na hindi mo ipinagmamalaki. Pero makita ng iba na sinusuportahan mo na makarecover, na ipagpatuloy yung buhay, na magsimula ulit. Okay?
Okay. Indeed we are. We really are able to do so. But for us, it mustn't stop there. May this mini documentary serves as a constant reminders that not all good in life and pleasurable is best for us. We must learn from the lesson of life that this documentary leaves us, especially the life of drug dependents or substance abusers. Drugs is not only a national battle but a personal one. It is choosing between good and what is evil, what is right and what is wrong.
Don't do drugs, or else suffer from the consequences of a destroyed future or a life diminished too early.
Again, this is Mark Lemuel E. Plata.
And Kharen Andal.
Thank you and good